And what about as you approached writing your, so you read historical romance since a young age, and then you decided to start writing it. What was your approach to researching the world, and how was it to transition from being a reader to writing it?
Ooh, so I think of research. So obviously, there's a wealth of books out there that are like almost you're taking them in and you're making this pattern recognition so that when you're a reader, you can recognize the kind of the way society interacts, or especially if you're talking modern Regency, it's not exactly precise with all the rules. And so that is a largely, obviously, like we do Google searches of like how to address people and how to do this thing. But largely, I'm using my brain as this big pattern recognition piece of software where I'm saying, I've read all these books. And now I'm trying to make something that has me in it, but it matches the genre. And maybe I'll say this, when I first started this book, I tried to have an outline. I wrote what the scenes were going to be and all my chapters. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I think as I started writing, I was like, no, I really have to let the characters take me where they want to take me. And that's when I really hit my stride as far as like the writing was concerned. So research wise, like I said, it's mostly just the what I've been reading. And then the transition from reader to writer has been interesting. I definitely read with a different eye now, where I'm like, oh, I would have done this or I would have done that. But I will say, and I don't know if you remember these books, but like they used to have, and they probably still have them, where like young adult books have pick your own ending, like the
Hmm.
novels. Oh, and I would read all of the endings because I was like, I need to know. And so now I'm just constantly thinking of, oh, how would I write this ending differently as like an idea for a story I might write in the future? Not like a critique, but of a, oh, this would be a cool idea if I had this alternate ending.
Yeah, that's cool. That I understand that. I often get inspired. If I'm in the right headset, I can get inspired
Yeah.
by other historical romance. And so you were talking about pattern recognition. So in case anyone missed it in the bio, you're an engineer.
Yes.
How
Absolutely.
does it feel to spend your day job engineering and then to explore this writing side? Does it feel like two different parts of your brain, or does it actually feel cohesive?
I would say it feels cohesive. And the reason I would say that, so I'm an engineer that does like far out technology, so research and development. And truly you're trying to like finding a solution to a problem that you have to define is actually a very creative process. I know you can look at textbooks and have equations and physics does have its limits, but generally speaking, it is a creative process to take a problem and to find it all the way through the solution. Now, what I will say at the end of the day, when I'm done looking at a computer screen, it is very nice for me to come and especially if I'm writing a first draft, write like longhand. That's definitely a refreshing aspect of it. And I have really embraced the pants. I really thought I would have to plan a lot more, and I'm like, nope, I just pants. And if I rewrite it, then I have to rewrite it. But that's the nice part is I don't have to, doesn't, it's not an equation. It's a guide, maybe.
And it's not limited by physics. You could
No.
have physically impossible things happen.
It's true. It's true.
So wait, you write your first draft longhand?
I do. Okay, so for Kindred Schemes, again, I was feeling out my process and I was like, I just type fast, so I'll type it. So I wrote the first probably 10 chapters on a computer. And I was like looking at an outline and following the outline. And then I was sitting somewhere and I didn't have access to my computer. And I was like, I have this scene. I need to write it. And I grabbed some paper and I started writing. And I was like, wow, that was a lot more fun. So then I wrote the rest of the book longhand and I haven't looked back. I've even started book two, the Scheme series, longhand. And then because I was typing, it definitely had a different feel. So I spent a lot of time editing and rewriting kind of the first half to really make it match the second.
Oh, that's so interesting. And so then once you have the draft in longhand, like, are you writing on actual paper, or are you using one of those cool technology things that like transfers it into a PDF for you?
I am actually writing in like a composition notebook. So
Wow. So then do you type it up?
my husband types it up. He's very, very
Oh.
sweet.
I love that because back in the day, there are so many stories of like famous male novelists like Nabokov who like their wives were the ones typing up their novels and helping edit them, and the wives never got credit. You are flipping that
Yeah.
gender stereotype.
He's also much faster at typing, so it does make sense.